Hello everybody, and welcome to this week's tarot reading. This week I am using the Mythic Tarot to pull 3 cards that will provide some insight for our upcoming week. Let me connect to the deck and we'll see what the tarot has to say this time. Okay, I'll cut the deck. And we'll take the top 3 cards. The first card will speak to the current moment, what's happening in our field right now. Our second card will speak to a past influence that brought us here. And our third card, a future potential. What should we watch out for? So I'm turning our first card and we have the King of Pentacles. Now remember, a court card can represent ourselves or it could be somebody else in our field right now. Now the King of Pentacles is at the end of the journey in the earth element. And you see the king here sitting on his throne holding that golden pentacle. Now interestingly, in this particular mythological deck, this particular king represents King Midas. And if you remember the story of King Midas, he was granted the wish of turning anything he touched into gold. Unfortunately, he didn't really think that through when he wished for that. And everything he touched, literally everything he touched, turned to gold. His food turned to gold, his drinks turned to gold. And so ultimately he ended up not in a really good place with everything turning to gold. The gods took pity on him and they released him from his wish eventually. And it gave him this sense of confidence that, yes, he is a very astute, almost business-like type of person, someone that does well in academics and business. And remember, the pentacles being the earth element, very grounded and very financially oriented. So this is the king. Is this us right now? We're feeling very confident. We've had maybe a windfall. We feel as though everything we touch right now turns to gold. We're doing really well. And bear that in mind, or that could be somebody else in our field. Let's see where it came from. Well, we have another court card. We have the Queen of Wands. Now, here we see Princess Penelope, or Queen Penelope actually. Now, Queen Penelope was left behind to take care of her kingdom when Odysseus went off to the Trojan War. Now, in his absence, which was a very long time, if we remember the story, he was gone for decades. In his absence, his death was assumed. And so there was a lot of young princes coming to visit this Queen Penelope, trying to woo her into marriage so that they could basically hold her kingdom. But she's a very passionate woman, is Penelope. You can see that with the fire element here. Very passionate, very spiritual. And she's not going to give in to her belief that Odysseus will return to her. And so she uses her wily charms as a beautiful woman, and she literally makes so many excuses as to not marrying these young gentlemen, not choosing, that she finally finds that Odysseus comes home. So is somebody in your past, or do you in your past have this passionate drive to stay true to your path? You've had an idea and you've stuck with it, even though there's been a lot of distraction and a lot of suggestions otherwise. And that has brought you literally to that windfall where nothing other than your touch turns things to gold. And let's see where it's going. Another court card. So we have a week filled with people, or a week filled with personal perspective here. So here we have the Queen of Swords. Now this is the Princess, oh gosh, what's her name? Amanata, I believe. Princess Amanata. Now, she was born And her father was really upset that she wasn't a boy, and he basically dismissed her. And she ended up being left in the forest to fend for herself as a baby. But she was very lucky because the gods shined fortune on her, and a bear literally took care of her. So she grew up in the forest with these other forest people, and she learned how to run fast. She learned how to fight. She became very much a warrior princess. She became so notorious for her ability to win battles that her father heard about her and literally took her back, thought she was so wonderful now. But he tried to get her to marry off to someone, and she really didn't want to do that. So she stuck with her decision too. So we got two very strong, powerful women at the side of King Midas here. So looking to the future, we want to think about, are we being too obstinate in our thinking? We can see the way she's sitting on this concrete throne. There's no movement in this card at all. It's very dry, very barren. She's literally pouring water away. She's not going to be moved emotionally. She's not going to be moved at all. Her sword is straight up. She's got this clear thinking and she does not want to be deterred. So that would be the message. Have we come into a windfall where everything we touch turns to gold? We're doing really well, very fortunate time. We brought that upon ourselves from this spiritual dedication and commitment to our path. But what we want to be careful of is that we don't stay too stuck in our thinking, that we do give ourselves some space for discernment. Otherwise, we could actually end up losing everything. We go from these beautiful green pastures to this barren landscape. And so I'll leave that with you. Let me know how that goes. Lots of people, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.